Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HTB. Hope all is well. Thanks again guys for tuning in, I appreciate it. Without further ado, you've come in for the tips, so let's get into it. So this is the NRL round 19 tips, right? And I've dubbed it round 19, C19, if you get what I mean. But all jokes aside, keep safe, be well, and I hope you're safe where you are. But again, thanks for tuning in. Without further ado, pass me the ball. So the first game sees the 4th place Eels against the 9th place Raiders in a game that should be very tight. I think I've dubbed this game the Papa Battle. Well, for obvious reason, you got the Eels there with Papa Li'i, and then you got the Raiders there with Papali. So again, big Papa clash, I reckon. But look, Ferguson and Paulo make their returns, and Harley Smith-Shield, I believe, makes his debut. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you got Frawley as well jumping in there at 5'8". Key players to look out for: Sivo, Gutherson as well. Look for Fergo to make a bit of an impact as well. Obviously, Papali'i, who has been churning out good numbers on a week-to-week basis. And Reed Mahoney as well, who made the Eels look like a different team. The Raiders, you've got Papali, you've got Corey Harawira Naira, and then you've got Tapine, Chuck and Croker as well. Again, the Raiders coming off a decent win over the Sharks, 34-18, but unfortunately losing Savage in the process as well as Whiteson. But look, the Eels are in good form, so you can't really throw them away here, especially in the position they're in. If they mean business, they're going to win this game. So for me, I'm going to tip the Eels here. Anytime try scorer, go for Sivo, and then for Raiders, chuck in Papali as well for a smoky. Game 2 sees the 5th place Roosters against the 10th place Knights. Obviously the Roosters coming off a good win against the Cowboys. They did start slow in some patches actually, and the Knights, well, look, to be fair, Knights fans, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, the least said the better. Look, the Roosters, they've got Tedesco returning, they've got Tauke Aho who returns, and Ponga as well for the Knights, who is still playing. Thankfully, obviously the HIA, and then obviously we're going to be looking at some key players. Look, for me personally, Crichton, you can go Tedesco, you can go Manu, you can go Tupo Niwa, Waire Hargreaves, obviously Tauke Aho as well. Throw them in the mix. Again, the Roosters, a good solid team nonetheless. For the Knights, you can look at Ponga, Dominic Young as well. That battle between him and Ikuvalu should be good. Daniel Saifitu makes his return. And hey, look for Connor Watson to try some new tricks as well, especially playing at lock. But we'll see what happens there. But in terms of who I pick, look, obviously the Knights have been known to upset the Roosters every now and then. But I'm going to have to pick the Roosters here for me. Anytime try scorers, go for Manu. And then for the Knights, well, try Dominic Young. But yeah, Roosters for me. Game 3 sees the Cowboys, who are 13th, against the Storm, who are 1st, in a game that I've dubbed Cowboys Don't Like Storms. To be fair with you, I think we all know a good Western movie must have heat, must have sun. Anything that rains, it's not really good for the Cowboy there. So for me personally, I think you know where I'm going here. The ins for the Cowboys is Luki, as well as Bradley, who I believe he makes his debut as well. And then for the Storm, look, you've got a plethora of Origin players: Welsh, Josh Adokar, Papenhuyzen as well makes his return, which is good to see at 17. Nelson Asofa Solomona as well in the bench. Look, it's, yeah, Munster's not playing, Gafusi's not playing, Jennings is not playing, sure, but I mean, again, the Storm just from 1 to 13 still class. Some of the key players to look for, I guess, for the Storm, well, you've got Brandon Smith, you've got Josh Adokar, you've got Christian Welch, you've got Nico Hines, you've got Ryan Papenhuyzen, who's coming back, Nelson Asofa Solomona, Jesse Bromwich. I can keep going and going. And then for the Cowboys, Taumalolo, look for Luki as well. As mentioned before, I think he's been thrown into this game to test out his physicality, see what he can sort of handle. And to be fair, this is the team to do it, right? If you want to throw in a young kid, do it against the Storm and see what you're made of, right? This is what builds character, versing the teams that absolutely will destroy you, I guess. And as mentioned before, Taumalolo to lead. Tabai Fido as well, I think, holds the key to the Cowboys winning, I think, especially in pace. But look, I don't know how to say this. Storm for me, quite convincingly, anytime try scorer, Adokar, and then obviously for the Cowboys, I think Condon to score, or Taumalolo for me personally. But yeah, Storm for me. Game 4 is between the Rabbitohs and the Warriors. Now, before I get there, I'm actually going to make a video on that, giving you guys my thoughts and a deep analysis of the team that is playing later on, actually after this video. So please, if you want to watch it, feel free to, but no, you got to wait for the next video there. But yeah, we go on to Game 5. So the 6th place Manly against the 12th place Tigers in a game that I've dubbed Animal Doco with a twist, because hey, normally, as we all know, when we watch animal documentaries, we normally see the tiger pouncing on the bird, right, whatever it is. But in this case, see, I'm pretty certain we're going to see it the other way around, and it's going to be a bit of a weird one there. The ins, you've got DCE, Tom Trbojevic, Jake Trbojevic as well. Throw in Aloy I there as well. And for the Tigers, well, no noticeable ins. Players to watch for Manly, the Trbojevic bros, Saab, especially when Trbojevic plays. When Tom Trbojevic and Saab play, they're a different unit altogether. Saab, for some reason, plays a lot better. And then you've got Tapau as well, Olakau'atu, Paseka, Foreign, Cust. Look, I'm going to stop. There's a lot of players there. And for the Tigers, noticeably, you can go for Laurie, who I rate very highly. Very good player of mine to watch. Toi Kamanu as well, who is, I think, come in leaps and bounds, especially this year. He's slowly starting to play that Payne Haas role. And I think with more game time, he'll be just as consistent too. Again, will take time to develop, but he's definitely got the keys and the tools there to be that type of player. And then chuck in Norfolk Luma as well. Anytime try scorer for me, you can't go past Saab whenever Tom Trbojevic is playing, and then go Laurie for me, but Manly for me quite convincingly. The 6th game sees the Panthers against the Broncos in a game that I've called home game versus home team. Obviously, we all know why. I guess if you don't know, the Panthers host the Broncos in Suncorp, and it's a bit of a weird one, obviously due to the obvious reason. But our Panthers should be very happy because their ins, Luai, who is a key in, and then for the Broncos, they have Coates, who makes his return onto the reserves. But I mean, ultimately, this is a game that's going to come down to, I think, the middle work. And to be fair, I think the Broncos have the answer there. Now, whether they can actually translate it or not, I'm not too sure. But again, you can't go wrong with a very hot and potent Panthers team who beat the Warriors 30 points to 16. Broncos coming off a shocking loss too against the Tigers in a game that they should have won, but as per usual, let it slip. Now, are they going to be thinking about vengeance? Are they going to be thinking about trying better than last time? I'm sure they are. But can they do it? I'm not sure. That remains to be seen. So the key players for me, To'o, Luai, as well as Kikau. And then for the Broncos, you've got Haas, Staggs, Oates, and you can even throw in Jordan Ricky as well, who had a good performance last week against the Tigers. Look, Panthers for me. I think they're going to win this game. I'd like to try and chuck in an upset, but I just don't think the Broncos have it. Unfortunately, that loss against the Tigers sort of brought them back down to reality. Panthers for me, quite convincingly. Anytime try scorers, go for kick out for mine. And then for the Broncos, I reckon try Asako or maybe Staggs. 7th game sees the Dragons, who are 7th, versus the Titans, who are 11th, in a game that I've called Perfect Greek Mythology Story for obvious reason. Dragons, Titans, Roman Empire, all that scary stuff there. So for the ins, the Dragons have Tafti, Feangai, Pereira, as well as Fui Maono. And then the Titans have Mitch Rain, who comes back at hooker. Look, Tafti back at fullback, Feangai at winger, and then Pereira on the other wing as well. Look, it should be a potent team. I am expecting good things to happen from this game, particularly from some of their forwards. It's going to be a good forward battle as well. The key players I picked for the Dragons are Sims, Ramsey, as well as Tufty. For the Titans, I picked Fifita, Fotueka, as well as Marju, who returns to the wing. Look, this game might be closer than we think. I think I'm going to go Titans for the upset here. I think they can do it. Look, I'm going to back the Titans here. Anytime try scorers for the Dragons, look, you can't go past Tufty. And then for the Titans, well, let's just try Fifita. But I reckon the Titans should have the answer here. So I want to back the Titans here for the upset win. Game 8, the last game, sees the Bulldogs 16th against the Sharks 8th in a game that I've called The King is Back. Purely because Jeremy Marshall-King returns, and he is the only noticeable in for the Bulldogs. And then for the Sharks, well, they've got a few players that are in, but most of them are at the reserves. Players to look out for the Bulldogs, you've got Okunbo, Corey Allen, and then Jeremy Marshall-King. And then for the Sharks, you've got Woods, You've got Sean Johnson, you've got Talakai, you've got Ramian. It may appear tight, but I reckon this game will be probably open by the end of the first half, if not early second half. Look, Sharks for me, quite convincingly. I think it might be I don't think it'll be close at all by any means, actually. So Sharks to win this game for me. Anytime try scorers for the Bulldogs, try Hetherington or Okunbo. And then for the Sharks, try Sean Johnson, Ramian or Muli Talo. But guys, that does my tips for this week. But before I go, you know what this means. There's an HTB guarantee. So the HTB guarantee is the HTB guarantee. Manly beat the Tigers. There we go. I've gone for it. I've said it. Manly to beat the Tigers for me. HTB guarantee. There you go. Write in your diary. We'll see what happens. I've gone with Manly this time here, especially with their key players in. You can't go wrong there. But again, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Take it easy. And hey, so in order for your team to win, what do they have to do? Hold the ball. Take it easy. See you guys next time.